Okay, good morning to all. Okay, my name is Sumtak BM, and today we will going to discuss about our first unit, unit number 1, that is programming languages. So in this point, we will discuss about some what is a programming language, why are there so many programming languages, what are the types of programming languages, and does the world need new language? So all those things we will discuss in this session. So let us start with the definition of programming language here. See here, a programming language is nothing but a set of rules that provides a way of telling computer what operation to perform simply. So programming language having some rules, group of rules, and normally that provides a way of telling your computer what operations we need to perform, and that programming language is set of rules for communicating an algorithm also. It provides some linguistic framework for describing computations. So many things we can perform with the help of programming languages. Normally, nowadays we know that thousands of programming languages are in the market, and some of the programming languages are used to create the websites, web applications. Some of the programming languages are used to create the applications in Android, etc. So simply, when we define that programming language, then what that contains normally, the programming language is a notational system for describing computation in a machine readable and human readable form. Okay, normally programming language having some notational systems, and that will describe some computations in a machine readable and human readable form, and is a tool for developing executable models for some class of problem domains. So what is the problem of a specific domain? According to, we can create one application to solve such kind of problems in your domain. So here see that we are communicating by using some languages like English, Hindi, Marathi, Telugu, okay, Kannada. So many languages are there in India. Okay, so English is a natural language. It has words, symbols, and so many things. Symbols and grammatical rules. Normally, a programming language also has some words, symbols, and rules for of grammar also. And the grammatical rules are called syntax generally. And each programming language has a different set of syntax rules. So why are there so many programming languages? So why does some people speak Marathi, Hindi, Tamil? In the same way, the programming languages have evolved over time as better ways have been developed to design them. The first programming language were developed in 1950. Okay, since then thousands of languages have been developed. Different programming languages are designed for different types of programs also. So level of programming languages categorized into three level, that is high level program, low level program, and the third, that is the machine code, or you can say that the binary code. Okay, so this high level program having the English words simply. For example, suppose the class triangle in bracket having here declared two variable surface. Okay, that type of the surface is float, and Here after calculation, we are returning the result by using that return keyword, return b into h by 2. Okay. So those words are the high level words you can say, and that is the type of a high level program simply. Okay. So here see that is in a low level program, the code of instruction is different. Okay, rather than that, like here load R1B. Okay, load R2H. Here two variables are loaded, R1B, R2 and H. Okay, there is a one multiplication of R1 comma R2. There is a division between R1 and divided by 2. Okay, #2 indicates that we are dividing that R1 by the 2. Okay, and whatever the result produced that we are returning. So those code are belong to the low level program. Okay, another that is the machine code. So that is in the form of a binary 0, 1 and 0, 1. Okay. So those are the levels of programming languages generally we are using. What are the types of programming languages? That is again according to the first generation language, second generation language, third generation, fourth and fifth. That depends upon the generations. Okay. In the first generation language, the machine language was developed. Okay. The operation code such as addition or subtraction. Okay, there are some operands that identify the data to be processed, and machine language is a machine dependent. It is the only language the computer can understand. Okay, the machine language is a language which can only understand by your computer. That is very efficient code, but very difficult to write. Okay, so we can say that 0101 is the machine language. The another that is the assembly language. In the assembly languages, the symbolic operation codes replaced with some binary operation codes. Normally, assembly language programs needed to be assembled for execution by the computer. Each assembly language instruction is translated into one machine language instruction. And that is very efficient code and easier to write, you can say. Okay. So we can say that this assembly language is an easy to write, and the code is very efficient as compared to the high level language and the machine language. The another that is a closer to English but included simple mathematical notations. The programs written in source code which must be translated into the machine language programs. It is called as an object code, and the translation of source code to object code is accomplished by some machine level languages. Okay, and that specific system program called a compiler. Okay, so for translation of source code into the object code, who is responsible? The compiler is responsible. Okay, and here the translation of source code to object code and is that will completed by some machine language system program. Okay, and that program is called as a compiler. So alternative to compilation is interpretation, so which is accomplished by a system program called an interpreter simply. So common third generation languages included Fortran, COBOL, C and C++, and Visual Basic. So a high level language for GL, that is fourth generation language, that requires fewer instructions to accomplish a task than a third generation language, and normally that we used with some databases like query languages, report generators, forms, designers, application generators. So many operations regarding to the databases we can perform. That is, we can fire the query, we can generate some report, we can also design some forms. Okay, and we can also develop the applications. Those are again beneficial for the any sector. Simply in the fifth generation languages, some declarative languages are used, functional like Lisp, schema, SML, and that also called as an applicative. Everything is a function. Okay, and there is another one that is a Prolog, that is basically depend upon some mathematical logic. Okay, and rules are constraint based, we can say. So though no clear definition at present, natural language programs generally can be interpreted and executed by the computer with no other action by the user than stating their questions. So limited capabilities at present beyond the fifth generation languages, we can say. So language family tree, okay, by you can see that this is the one family tree for the languages. Okay, if you see here, the Fortran 1, 2, 4, Fortran 77, Fortran 90. Okay, at having again some Algol, COBOL, Lisp, Snowball, Icon, Schema, Smalltalk 80, Modular 2. Okay, Pascal. So those are the languages. Those are the languages. Okay, that depend upon again the those languages are used to develop the application simply. The principal paradigms having the imperative programming, that is a C programming language. Okay, the another one object-oriented programming language, that is called as C++. There is another one that is logic declarative programming, that is Prolog, and the Lisp, that is having the functionalities about the functional applicative programming, etc. So all those made one the principal paradigm. Okay, two broad groups: traditional programming languages that contains the sequences of instructions, first, second, and some third generation languages. Okay, and some object-oriented languages having objects are created rather than the sequences of instructions, and some third generation and fourth and fifth generation languages. Okay, the traditional programming languages contain the Fortran formula translation developed at IBM in the mid 1950s, and that is designed for scientific and mathematical applications by scientists and engineers. So traditional programming language having the another one, that COBOL. Okay, this COBOL is a common business-oriented language. This COBOL abbreviated as a common business-oriented language that was developed in 1959, and normally that is designed to be common to many different computers. Okay, simply typically used for business application again. So here is COBOL having the abbreviation Common Business Oriented Language that was developed in 1959 and normally designed to be common to many different computers and used for the business, developing the business applications. The another that is a basic traditional programming language. The form of the basic is beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. Okay, basic. B stand for beginner, A stand for all purpose, S stand for symbolic, I stand for instruction code. Okay, that was developed at Dartmouth College in the mid 1960s, and that was developed as a simple language for students to write programs with which they could interact through some terminals. Okay. So the another traditional programming language, you can say there is a C programming language that was developed by the Bell Laboratories in the early 1970s, and that provides control and the efficiency of an assembly language. Okay. So while having third generation language features that will often used for some system programs, and normally Unix is written in C language. Remember that. Okay, the Unix operating system. Okay, the famous operating system that is open source code, we can say. So that was developed or written by using the C programming language. Another that is the Simula and Smalltalk. Normally that Simula language is a first object-oriented language, we can say, and that was developed by John Dahel in the 1960s. And another one that is the Smalltalk, that first purely object-oriented language developed by the Xerox in mid 1970s, and that is still is used in use on some computers. So after the procedure-oriented programming, the another one object-oriented programming. Okay, after the Simula, the next popular programming language called as the C++. It is a C language with additional features, but that widely used for developing system and application software. One GUI based a programming language, we can say, okay, means simply that will provide you the graphical user interfaces, and that can be developed easily with some visual programming tools. Then after the C++, the another object-oriented programming language that is called as the Java. Java is a pure object-oriented programming language, and that is similar to C++. That eliminates lots of C++ problematic features, and that allow a web page developer to create programs for applications called the applets. That can be used through a browser. Normally, objective of a Java developer is that it may be a machine, platform, and operating system independent. Then some special programming languages called as the scripting languages. The scripting languages having JavaScript and VBScript, PHP and ASP, Perl and Python. So the command languages having SH, CSH, BASH, text processing languages having LaTeX, PostScript. The another scripting language, special programming language, contains the HTML, that is hypertext markup language, used on the internet and the World Wide Web. And normally, by using the HTML, you can develop the web page. And normally, web page developer puts brief codes called tags in the page to indicate how the page should be formatted. And with the help of that HTML, you can create simply the structure of your web page. Okay. So hypertext markup language, hypertext is nothing but a one hyperlink, and markup language is a one programming based language having the various tags. The another one, XML, extensible markup language, a language for defining other languages, we can say. Programming languages are languages when it comes to the mechanics of the task. Learning to speak and use a programming language in any way, like learning to speak a human language. In both kind of languages, we have to learn new vocabulary, syntaxes, semantics, new words, sentences, structure, and meanings. And both kind of language require considerable practices to make some perfect. So all those languages are called as a programming languages. But again, there is some difference between the computer languages, like that is the computer languages having some ambiguity, lack of ambiguity, and vaguenesses. So in English sentences, such as "I saw the man with a telescope." So who had the telescope? Or take a pinch of salt. How much is a pinch? So in a programming language, a sentence either means one thing or it means nothing, right? So in this way, you can say that what determines a good language, that is runtime performance, life cycle cost is more important, ease of designing, coding, debugging, maintenance, reusability. So a lot of tasks are there for creating any application with the help of those type of programming languages. So normally the various criteria in a good language design, that is writability, readability, orthogonality, reliability, and maintainability. So generality, uniformity, extensibility, so those are the features regarding to creating a good programming language. Okay. So this is about the programming languages nowadays. Yeah, we can say it is an evaluation of a programming languages from the first generation to the sixth generation. So this is the way to read all those things. So with this slide, we will stop here. Thank you.